Alright guys, so we're back with another video. So we're just continuing off with our series. So in this video, what I want to do is I want to get the prefix for every single guild and then use that prefix for our commands, okay? So we're going to need to obviously listen to the message event, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make this an async function. Let me wrap this inside parentheses. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just ignore all bot messages. So what we need to do is inside the ready event, when the bot first logs in, we're going to fetch the command prefix, okay, for every single guild. This is going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to go ahead and create a map called guild prefixes or guild command prefixes. And this is going to be a new map, okay? And basically this map is going to have the guild ID mapping to their prefix, okay? The reason why we want to do this in the ready event is because if we were to do this inside the message event, let's say for example, every single time we were to query, select prefix from guild configurable where guild ID equals the guild ID, that is going to be a database call every single time someone sends a message. If your bot is in a lot of servers and those servers are really active, that is a lot of database calls, and that's going to use up a lot of memory, CPU usage, all that kind of stuff. The best thing to do is to cache the database call. Okay, and we're going to do that inside client on ready. We can actually do that inside this function over here, but I'll do that inside client on ready for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to loop through every single guild, and we're going to get the ID of it, and we're going to make one database call. So this is going to kind of span the database a little bit, but we're only going to do this one time. So we're going to do client.guilds.cache for each. So for each. So inside here, this is going to taking a callback function, and inside this callback function what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fetch our database. So we're going to go ahead and do connection.query select. We're going to select command prefix from guild configurable where guild ID equals, and then we're going to do string guild.id. And then that should be just fine. Okay, perfect. So this dot query is a promise. It returns a promise. So we're going to do dot then. And we should get the results back. Yep, result. Perfect. Okay. So let me just log the result to the console before I do anything else. And let me just catch my errors. And don't worry, I'm going to explain the SQL statement in just a bit. So don't worry. Okay, so if I save, and you're gonna see that we have all of our data over here. You can see text row, command prefix. So let's see. We're getting the results. So we actually need to reference the array. So we're gonna do result subscript 0. So that's gonna get us text row. Okay. So to get the actual object, we're gonna do subscript 0, subscript 0. So this is kind of like a matrix. Okay. And then we can reference CMD prefix. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about the statement. So what we're doing is we're doing a select. This is the statement that you use to retrieve data from your database to view your tables, the data in your tables. So for example, if I want to select all columns and view all the data, I can do select asterisk from guild configurable. Okay, but instead, what I'm doing is I'm selecting only one column, so I'm selecting command prefix, okay? I'm selecting that one column from the name of the table, so the name of the table is guild configurable, and I'm specifying a condition where this allows us to get the correct command prefix for the guild ID, okay? And the guild ID is random, obviously. It's whatever we have in the database, and there we go, okay? Now, remember, like I said, by default, it's going to be an exclamation mark, so every single guild is going to have a prefix no matter what, but they're going to be able to change it later on. So what we're going to do is inside the dot then, we're going to reference the command prefixes map, the guild command prefixes map. We're going to do dot set, and we're going to pass in the guild ID, and we're going to set the ID as the key, and we're going to map it to the prefix. So we're going to do result 00 CMD prefix. Okay, and if any errors happen, we're going to catch them. So now watch this. Okay, I'm going to go inside I'm just going to send a message to trigger an event just so I can see what my data looks like because everything's happening asynchronously. But let's just log command prefixes right now. And I'm going to go ahead and send the message. Okay, so you're going to see if I do this. Notice how it's giving us the map. This guild ID has the prefix as exclamation mark. All of our guilds have an exclamation mark for the prefix. Okay, so to actually get this prefix to work, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get the prefix from the map. So we're going to do const prefix equals, okay, we're going to go ahead and do guild command prefixes dot get and message dot guild dot id. This is going to get us the prefix. So now if I log prefix, that's going to give us the exclamation mark. So let's just send the message. See? And I can manually test this too. I can actually go inside my database and let me just make sure I'm on the correct guild. Let's update guild configurable. Let's see, set CMD prefix equal where guild ID equals. That's hopefully this works. Perfect. One try. Okay. So now I can see. Oh wait, I didn't even do anything. Let's actually do something. I didn't actually change anything. I should change it to a hyphen. Okay. So now you can see it's a hyphen, and if I type a message, it's going to go ahead and it's still going to do exclamation mark. The reason why is because the command, remember, like I said, our database calls are cached for the prefix. So when we actually change the prefix, we're going to need to update the cache. Okay, but if I restart the bot, you're going to see that if I type a message, it's going to do hyphen instead of exclamation mark because I changed it. Okay, so now watch this. We have the prefix, so now to actually get our commands to work, we're going to do if message.content.to lowercase starts with prefix and then the name of your command. So let's just do help. Okay, and I'll just do a message.channel.send. We'll do a template syntax. You triggered this command with the prefix, and let's do prefix. Okay, so let's look at how this works. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and if I try to do exclamation mark help, nothing's gonna happen. If I do hyphen help, I think our bot doesn't have permissions to actually send messages. I think. Let me go inside here. There we go. You triggered this command with the prefix hyphen. Okay, if I go into my other server over here, if I try that, it doesn't work, but I do the default prefix help. Does our bot not have permissions? Yeah, our bot doesn't have permissions, unfortunately. Let's go inside here. Perfect. See? You triggered the command with the prefix. Okay, so right now, we have the prefix working perfectly. We are fetching the database for the prefix, and we're caching it, so we don't consistently call the database over and over again. If you didn't cache it, every single time you sent the message, you would have to execute this query, right? You would have to do const get prefix, or you would just call it const prefix. It was await connection dot query, and then you would pass in this query over here. Okay, you don't want to do that because you're going to be calling your database so many times, and if there are so many people that your bot is handling, your bot's going to overload, it's probably going to crash. A lot of things can happen. So you want to be very careful with optimizing your database calls. Okay, so we cache all of our configuration inside here. And right now, this is just command prefixes. Other things like the mod log channel, we don't really need to cache because, you know, it's very unlikely that someone's going to spam it, so it's okay. But something like getting the prefix though, like especially for anything that has to do with message events, you want to make sure you're caching the database calls, okay? So, hopefully this makes sense. In the next video, I'm going to show you guys how to actually create a command to change the prefix so that it can work with every single guild. So right now, we haven't changed the prefix yet, right? We only are seeing how prefixes work. Like I went to the database, I manually changed the prefix myself just for demonstration purposes. But in the next video, I'm going to show you guys how to dynamically change the prefix. Okay, so I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.